There, so we've got the brand new Klein tool bag, or rolling tool bag as you would call it. So I'm going to show you inside and we're going to have a little look. So this is the rolling tool bag itself. Doubles up as a normal backpack. That's another little tool. Let me know if you know what that is. So yeah, you can have it as a backpack or just a normal roller. And there you go, nice little roller. So we're just trying to figure out how we're going to use this, or how I'm going to use this as a loadout. So inside there's loads of space. This would actually be quite ideal for a fire alarm service kit. You'd be able to put your heat and your smoke alarm tester in there with all your battery testers and your meters. But for this instance, we're just going to be modifying it to suit some of my needs. First thing I want to do realistically is put some battery mounts inside, probably just one. I'm going to try and keep it to maybe an 18-volt kit, and my idea was to sort of mount that in the side here, hopefully, so we can just literally have battery in there everywhere we want it. So in this video we're going to modify it and try and do some of a loadout. And as of course we have been sent this out by Klein themselves, so big thank you to them. But as soon as you get something, I end up spending loads of money on Amazon. So we bought a brand new 12 volt 5 amp battery. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but they are pretty heavy compared to what they normally are. So that'll be a cool little addition. So what I want to try and do in here is put my 12 volt kit in there. That's why I've got the nice 5 amp. I've also ordered the mini charger, and then we're going to have a nice 12 volt SDS with my little 12 volt impact driver, and then maybe even a little multi-tool. Not 100% sure yet, but yeah, let's have a little look inside. So we've got loads of pockets on the front and loads of pockets on the back. Even got a little pouch here with Velcro, a little holder. Now I think that fits a torch, not 100% sure, but I think you can clip a torch into that. And on the front, nice little open pouch. And then here I think it's for glasses and stuff, but at the moment we've got some new Klein pens. Don't know if you've ever seen all these. So I've got some fine liners. Generally I would use this for marking up intruder alarm cabling, so I'm always buying these, but I've never used the Klein ones. And then you've just got your standard normal marker pens in all their colours. I think we've got some big ones, some big boys. I believe we can write on walls with these, so they're good for marking up sites, I think. Not tested yet, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. And look, I've already got a matching socket holder. I've had this for years. Luckily it matches the bag, so I've put it on there. I do tend to use these, I quite like them. There is a chap that makes them. If I find the link I might put it on there, I might shout him out, but I honestly can't remember who it is. But they are pretty good. I'm pretty sure Super Rod sell them now. I'm pretty sure they partnered with Super Rod. So yeah, probably end up putting this nice little brand new tool in. If you've seen this, it is a tester. Not even sure if I meant to show you, but I'll give you a quick little juicy show. So you've got all your little bits in there. Now this will also fit other brands in this. Push it into lock, or push it back to lock, push it into open. So there you go, that's locked. And then we can turn it and hold it at the same time. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird shape. It reminds me a bit like an egg, but overall it looks okay. Yet to be tested. I'm not sure if I meant to show you that, but yeah. So in this video there will be things that we have been gifted, some of them we have bought. So for instance, here, some of the stuff's been gifted. But for instance, the SDS attachment holder and bits, I bought them. I bought them yesterday. I bought my own little pad saw, plasterboard saw. So I was trying to go for a Klein super rod sort of kit out, ideally. Now, one of my favourite little things, I've mentioned this before, there's a few different variants of this. It's a proving unit. They're about £10–15, maybe £20 for the different variants. It proves dead, so it's compliant. Got your little LEDs, and it fits in your pockets. It's tiny in comparison, you know, really small. And if you ever want to verify a shaver socket, because it is obviously designed for the American market, that, like this, that will plug straight into a shaver socket to test it. So, nice little handy tip for you there, if you care. Let's get into doing this loadout. I'm going to be transferring my tools from my Milwaukee pack out, or my Milwaukee bag, that I don't tend to use anymore, to be honest. It's always fully loaded up in the van, but I doubt I ever get it out. It's just too heavy. So the idea with this is, you know, I'm going to be able to roll it or put it on my back, potentially. I have been working away a lot with other people on Instagram, so travelling it's probably going to be convenient for travelling. I'm working away with other people when you're not driving yourself. So let's get into it. Let's do some holes in our brand new bag. So, Milwaukee pack out. This is my old setup. I love this bag. I think it's way better than the Vito bags. Vito bags are great. This is a lot better purely because it's a pack out solution, and most of the stuff in the van is pack out. Problem I find with it is it's so heavy now, fully loaded. I barely ever want to get it out the van, so it normally just lives in the van. Now my day-to-day tends to be this little Vito bag, Tool Check Plus in the front, ZS meter from Mega, bit of music. I've got my Cat 5, Cat 6 termination testers and kits at the back, little meter from TIS, and then a selection of all the bits I use all the time. So most of the time this is perfectly usable, but you know, on a big job this will come out. But yeah, absolutely hate grabbing it because it's goddamn heavy. So this is going to be heavy as well after we've done it, but hopefully, because it's a backpack or a wheeler, we're not really going to have to lug it around everywhere. So yeah, little mini Tool Check Plus. This is pretty good. This is out of Christmas Cracker, but they do their Christmas calendar. I know there's some newer ones now, but that I'm going to be using all the time. And then I'll also show you a few little cool tools. So here are the new Klein pliers. What do they go up to? It's hard because it's all in American readings, but they go up pretty big. So most general sparky and most electricians are going to be okay, unless you're doing massive armoured. But day in, day out guys, the mini ones are brilliant for your grab bags. So they're probably not going to live in this. They're going to go in my little Vito. So I'll put them over there for now. The ones that are going to go in here are my insulated Cobras. These are amazing. I love these. These go up to a 52. Now, ideally you want 2 sets of them for tightening up. So 2 of these. They are a definite must. So we need to find somewhere we can put them. Problem is they're pretty big to store. So for now we'll just put them back there. Another cool little tool. This is a cheap one. It's just basically a pipe cutter. Real cheap one from Screwfix, I think it was. Cuts armours really well. I think I first saw it from Carmen on Instagram. So it's a magnesium. Got an Ipex one, which is fine. That's in my main bag, but this pretty much does what I need it to do all the time. So that'll go in there. Put my digital gauge. This is really good. The main reason I use it is to measure the angles of roofs, but if you're bending conduit or something, whack that on the conduit bender, on the bit of conduit, work out your angles. So that can go in there. Tester, plug-in tester, voltage stick. It's always good to have one of those. Probably my favourite terminal screwdrivers. So we're going to have one of those. This has got to go in there. So just it's basically a little sticker set, 1 to 9 or 0 to 9, so we can label cables. Really useful bit of kit to have. Got one of these vessels, but I don't really like it. I think it's pretty weak in comparison to what I've used before. So we're not going to put that in. Rubber, it's always good to have a rubber. Little ferrule tool. Bit of tape. EV Ultra knife. I think that's from Doncaster Cables. I bought that from one of the shows I went to. It's not something that gets used a lot, to be fair. I did have a Nipex one, but I broke it straight away. So that's not going to go back in there. Little bit of Vaseline. I'll leave that up to your discretion what you think I use that for. Do you know what this is used for? Let me know in the comments. I'm just trying to figure out. So I have got this from, what's it called? Tough Belt. Really good little Stanley knife, and it goes like that. The only problem is you have to use Pacific blades, but there is a solution. There's a new Klein one. So this will be standard, locks in 2 different places. As you can see, you can lock it by flicking it out, which is my favourite thing to do. And then also, if you pull this one out, and then you circle this, you've got your scraper again. And this tool just takes standard blades, so you can put any blade in this. So for me, that's a massive selling point, because the Tough Belt one's amazing, but I've never got the proper blades. I've always got the normal blades in the van. So this one's going in. That one will be retired, and it'll probably just live in that toolbox. Little cable tie cutter, but if you ask Nipex, I don't think they call it that. I don't know, but that's what I use this for, cutting cable ties. Now, I normally carry a scraper. It's always good to have one. As you can see, never clean them until I'm on site. This is probably the best bit screwdriver that you'll ever have, a Baco one. They do an insulation version, it's not as good. I think it comes with a torch built in, and they do a stubby version, but that one is the best one to have. I think we'll put that in there. You'll find that half the time, I don't know if you're like me, but half the stuff is useless. Inspection mirror. This is a really cheap Baco one. It does the job perfectly. So we'll put that in there. Little reaming tool. She's got to go in there, isn't she? A bit of string. If you're a seasoned sparky, you'll know why you'll want a little bit of string. not for pulling through cables. Little little bit there. So we've got a 10, 12, 8 and 7, 14 and 13. Realistically, that's all you're ever going to use. Turn it over so you can see most of the stuff in this bag that I've been carrying around all the bloody time, never need to use. Oh, there we go. There's the bigger brother version. You can see I like them. I have bought these, I buy them all the time because I'm always losing them. But this is the bigger one, and this is the smaller one. Both do the same job. I think this one does DC as well, or it just does different voltages, but they're perfect. So we've already got one of them in there, so we don't need to put both of them in. So we need some Copex cutters, but we're not going to use the old CK ones. We're going to use the Klein one because we're trying to match the colours because we're sad. And then we're going to have quick wire cable strippers and a Klein Tools crimper. Almost need more bigger pockets in these things, but that's always the thing that you find with tool bags. The pockets are always really small, and these are probably the most commonly used ones I use. So little tic tac tub, in they go. Little magnet at level, in it goes. Problem with these, they always die, don't they? Barely used, in the bin. Nothing special, just a really cheap armoured cutter. Don't really need anything fancy. Ooh, look at this. DeWalt cone cutter. Nice one, but can only be used with the combi drill. So that will not be going in there. I think we'll put a few spare ones of these because we're always losing them. Stick them in. Some Klein cutters. These are the smaller ones. Normally keep the big ones in the van with me all the time. In my little grab bag. So as you can see, like most of your toolboxes, a lot of the craft that you leave in here is just absolutely garbage. This is why it weighs it down so much. You're probably thinking, as I'm packing this, it's way too much stuff that's going in there. It's a lovely little precision screwdriver set. I think what I might do is just completely take it out of this. Maybe. No. Yeah. I'm always a stiffler for leaving it in the bags, even though it takes up so much space. But to be fair, this is just as nice as my favourite screwdriver in your hand. The only difference is, because I've only got one of these, I never really want to keep it out the case, so it never really gets carried around with me, but I do a lot of foreign security, and this is an ideal little setup for that, and cameras as well, because you've got the star key with the holes in the end. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, so that is beautiful to have. It's just a bit of a pain to try and figure out the best way to store it. I don't really want to put the bag in there, but if I don't, you'll end up just losing all the bits and never finding them in the bag again. So what do you do unless I take the bits out of there and put it in there? Or We stick it in here. I don't really ever carry glasses with me because I'm always wearing glasses, so I'll never use the glasses case bit. Oh, we dropped a pen. See what I mean? I'm already just doubting myself and I'm already putting it back in. The problem with putting it back in this lovely case is I never want to get it out. So it's a really weird double-edged sword, to be fair. I've got two of these. They're doing a one that's not insulated in a plastic box with loads more bits in. The only problem with that one is it tends to fall off a lot of the time, or they fall out all the time. So we've got some heat shrink, multi-tool blade bits. They've definitely got to go in there. Oh, until I don't use these. Some cutters. Definitely want to put those cutters in. And these are going to go in because normally the little drill will go in here. I'm not going to put that in there because we're not going to use it. Now I used to have a mini brush and I've lost this little camping brush. So it used to have a little, you know, it was quite good. Probably the best drill bits in the game, little Bosch one. A tiny little holder. Am I covering myself? Oh, there we go. There's my 90-degree angle bit. That'll go in there. Oh, here we go. A normal cone cutter. Is that the one that fits? No. I have to be careful with these because I bought some cheap ones online. And I think the Chinese ones, or one of them, they have like a different size end. So it doesn't actually fit in a lot of your stuff. So it's almost bloody useless. Oh. Some mortar SDS bit, impact driver bits. Ooh. An RMEG drill set. Barely even used. Ah, I just put one in a box. I was wondering where my Posi H bit was and I've been using it. What? You end up just not using half this stuff half the time. Unless that's just me. I think I must have about 4 pre-set up bags now. You do sort of get that way. You'll have your Sunday best tools. Just start chucking it in and we'll go from there. Oh look, £20. Let's leave that in there. Would I be a Sparky without a bit of moolah in my tool bag? An old RMEG bit, which is broken. Leave it in there. Some tape, we'll want that. Level. Okay, so there's just little bits and bobs in that one. The only problem, there's not many little bitty places in this bag. With the pack out one, all across the top there's loads of places to hide all your little bits. Not so much in this one. Try and make sure I get everything that I really want out of here. Oh, shout out to Weeha for replacing one of the bits I've lost. That's awesome. It's a nice little screwdriver, this. But I don't know if I'm going to put it in there because how many screwdrivers do you need in a bag? That is the question. We will steal, I think we'll steal a tape loop. That is the other thing, there's no loops inside this bag or on the outside. It's almost like it's designed to hide every tool. So what we'll do is we'll just use this little bit of Velcro here. And we'll make our own little loop. Hammer! Now I can already feel the weight in this lid from putting all this stuff in. But it's mostly going to have all my day-to-day stuff. Now they're the special tough built Stanley blades. See, I knew I had them. They were in the same bag, but this is the problem. You just completely lose everything. Allen keys. Definitely have some of those. Nice little mini torch. Pencil. It's just going to be a video of the amount of tools I waste my money on. All this stuff is just literally floating around in my van for no reason whatsoever.